In this hints and tips presentation we're going to talk about Portara backups, Portara updates, and if you have missing files or you want to bring files back to a default situation. So what we need to do is open Portara charts and drag that in, and if you wait a few seconds you will notice in this area here that it will start to download the new update from Portara. Now you may see a download perhaps 3 or 4 times a year as Portara updates itself with new features. So when you see this green icon present itself here, this is downloading the newest version of Portara to allow you to make a decision of whether to install that update or not, and there's a couple of ways that can happen. So we shall just wait for that to complete its download and then we'll talk about those options to you. Okay, so we can see now there's a new version of Portara available, and you can double click the green icon, so we'll do that now, and it says a new update is available, do you wish to install this update now? If we said yes, you'd see the normal installation procedure open, it will close Portara, and then you go through the normal accepting the terms and conditions, and then you would proceed as normal. Now if we don't update this installation now, okay, it says you'll have the option to upgrade to the new version next time you open Portara charts, so that will allow that to happen. So if we go OK, and now what we're going to do is we're going to close Portara charts and we're going to reopen Portara charts, and we shall see those messages appear, and just off screen, do you wish to update to the newer version of Portara charts? And if we say yes, it will then take you through the update protocols, and if you say no, it's going to ask you another question: continue to display this message for this upgrade each time you open Portara charts. If you say no there, it's going to hide that particular update, so it's probably not wise to do that. It's wise to say yes, because it's at least at some point you need to be onto the newest upgrade for Portara charts. Okay. After an install, Portara creates a backup of the old installation, just in case there's an issue and you've got to revert back to your user files. So the current version is always held in program files and in the Portara folder, and the backups are held here in time-stamped order in Portara backup. I've got one in here to show you. Has the product version and also the timestamp, and in there is a copy of all your user files. So just to choose one at random, roll months, we go in there and there's your custom roll months that you had selected for the last installation. Okay, if you need to go in and access there and plagiarize any files, then you can do that. It gives you that option to do that. Okay, what is worth a mention is in the system tray, which I haven't got one available here to show you, if you are installing a newer version of Portara and you get a message saying it won't install, it's because probably you've still got the auto updater open, which is the green Portara icon in your system tray. So just right click and close that and try to continue, and you'll find that that's probably then going to install without any issues. And the last thing I'll show you is if you need to revert back to a default file from the original installation. For instance, you may have saved over a file accidentally or deleted it, or a number of other reasons. Then the way to do that is to come into program files and to navigate into the Portara folder, not the Portara backup because it won't do it for there, only the current version. Into Portara through Portara charts, and for instance if we pick on say session times, and you may have saved over the last date for instance with the old template, which is quite common, you've got to be careful of that. Then the way to bring the last date back with all the settings in, the default settings from the original installation, if you delete the last state entirely, and then you navigate to this folder, this folder here, so Portara charts and application updates. When you double click on the current MSI file, I'll drag that in, you'll see it's on repair Portara charts. That's all you need to do. You need to repair Portara charts, and it will go through that repair mechanism. And if you look there now, it's replaced in the last state template for you. And we close, and then the last state template, which was at the default settings, is now back, and that applies to any of the other user files that you've used in there that you may or may not have broken or has been lost for some reason. Okay, I would only go about doing this type of repair as a final option. What you need to do, especially with things like session times, is avoid the last state template. If you're using multi-template setups, actually name them so that you can go back and they're going to be there as a hard copy of your files. Okay, thank you very much.